Welcome to Big Boy Crypto, home of the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. I am Elf DZ. That is right. I am in the elf gear today. Ben, of course, is Santa, and welcome to the very special holiday episode. We come to you Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are not going to have an episode tomorrow. We're going to let everybody celebrate with their families. So happy holidays. Merry Christmas. That's right. We say Christmas around here. This is Around the Blockchain. We have your favorite guests talking about your favorite topics. Today is going to be no different. We're going to get right into it. In the top right corner, I see the comments already coming in on my hat, but Jayson Casper actually has one of the world's best Pikachu hats I've ever seen. Wait a minute. Do you have it nearby?
Oh, no. I think it's upstairs, but I got a SpongeBob hat, man.
Hey, the SpongeBob hat is good as well. Also, in the bottom right, we have Gareth Soloway. Definitely check out inthemoneystocks.com. He's got 20 years experience and, dealing with stocks. And he also deals with crypto. And crypto's like stocks on steroids when you're looking at the chart. So if he's this good with crypto, imagine what he does with stocks. I mean, he put out some good Tesla calls earlier this week. And also we have Altcoin Daily in the bottom left. I saw you mention VET, V-E-T. That's right, VeChain in your last video. We always get the VeChain comments. VeChain, you got to talk about VeChain, talk about VeChain. So if you want to learn about some VeChain, check out Altcoin Daily. He's got some really good stuff on there. And we
Merry
have
Christmas,
Ben.
VeChain community.
And we have Ben. He said he might give his CryptoPunk to his kid for Christmas. I'm just kidding. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No, not at all. Well, they got some really cool stuff coming for Christmas already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you know what? He's
I'll
the resident.
talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. You can
yeah.
talk about it now, though.
Yeah. We can't say what he got, but let's just say he's the resident Santa for the office. You see the red. So, and we're gonna talk about some Matic and some whales still buying. We're also talking about some Uniswap upgrades. Really, really big upgrade, kind of related to the first topic there. And Shib goes for the meme supreme. Is there room for two of them? We got Doge, we got Shib, we got them fighting each other. We'll see. It ought to be interesting. But before we get into all that, it is everyone's favorite time. That is right. It is Market Watch time. And
Airplane.
Today is one of those green days. So that's one of those days that we like to look at the chart, especially when we see Bitcoin above 50,000. Now, it's been a tumultuous ride. We rocketed past it. We were up in the 60s, getting close to the 70, and then boom, back down to the 40s. Very, very scary. Very alarming, but now maybe we're on the come up. We have Ethereum 4,100 right now. Binance Coin 550 right around the corner there. Let's see, Solana's up almost 5%. Cardano, if you like Cardano, Ada gang, where are you at? We need you to hit those likes. Give DZ a Christmas gift and smash that like button. XRP up 5%. Oh my, look at that. We have hit $1. So I'm close to my original investment there. So, or not original, but my latest investment in XRP. So XRP Army, congrats. We're back up. Avalanche up 1%. Actually, not that high up on the day. If we look at some of the top gainers, woo, look at that, nearly a quarter up there, up 20%. ICP down to 20. You know what? I was looking at that as a possible buy, but maybe now it's a little too late. Aave, Sandbox, Oasis, Gala. New Money Gang is going to love that. The Gala token is up. If we look at the losers, really not that bad because it's leading with, only down 2%. So not as bad as it could be. Helium had a really good run. People finally started getting their mining equipment. So, maybe just capitulating a little bit down. And then the rest, boom. And then quickly we're into the green. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. Gareth, I'm only asking you because you have 87 charts behind you. In the holidays, typically we get a little bit less action. People aren't, they want to spend time with their families. They don't want to spend time, looking at charts. But when that volume's low, that's when things can get a little bit crazy. Is this flash above 50? Is this looking like the real thing? Or, are we going to maybe go down below soon?
I'm in the camp that you have some more upside. So I think through next week, you at least tag 54,000. So at least in the short term, I'm liking it. It's a nice little move. And you're right. The lighter the volume, the more play you get. So the more volatility. And it usually is positive, right? People are bullish on crypto overall. So if you have a few people buying, it's going to be pushing the price up decently.
All right. I like it. I see in the chat, shake them bells. I will shake it like a salt shaker if you hit that like button. So go ahead and smash that like. Let's get those likes up. We got to smash through 1,000 in the next topic. So please, let's make that happen. And let's blow right past 1,000. All right, well, let's get our first topic here. Matic, all-time high, Yet the whales are still buying. We saw some interesting whale activity. I started diving in, no pun intended, to that video clip there, into the whale wallets. There's a lot of really good sites where you could track the top 1,000 ETH wallets, the top 10 ETH wallets. You can look at what they're doing. The world's #2 in value ETH wallet. We're talking over $1 billion. This is a very, very big. You talk about a whale. This is the whale's whale. World's #2 Ethereum wallet. Last night they bought 1 million Matic. So the whales, the big whales, they're buying. They see this. Could be something on sale here. Now I'm gonna bring it to you, Ben. We like to talk about the big players that be the people behind the scenes, the people doing the OTC deals. Now, do you think this is off the Uniswap announcement, which we're going to go into a little bit, or is this just maybe good technicals, maybe buying because it could be going up, bullish on L2? What do you think this is here?
Well, I think the Uniswap, announcement certainly is part of this. Is Uniswap is moving over to Polygon? It makes total sense, and actually, we're really working hard to figure out what our most optimal list of coins are for 2022. And, Uniswap's definitely, potential to be one of those. I'm, not committed to that yet, but definitely has the potential because of, think about all the volume, coming to Uniswap when the fees will be cheaper. So I think there's definitely a lot of upside there. But here's what I would say. Everyone knows what I think about this market. They know where I think it's going. They know I believe it's going to get there quicker than longer. I guess a better way to say that. When we finally do have this run up, this is the last run up, I believe. I believe we are going to see, if it goes to all-time highs again, that is it. That's the last hurrah. It better get to where it needs to get, because I just don't think we're going to be able to absorb another blow to sentiment like we've gone through recently. So I say all that to say this. If we believe Ethereum is heading to $10,000, and it will get there somewhere between $8,000 to $11,000, in the next several months, then it makes sense that Polygon will get a lot more runway, because as those ETH fees gas fees go up on Ethereum, they're going to hit all-time highs and be so massive people aren't going to be able to use it. Uniswap's now in position to absorb some of that volume through Polygon to make those fees lower. So I think Polygon is going to get a lot of run here. And, I think that's the only explanation for why people look, if we're in a bear market and Ethereum's going down to $2,000, or, it should go down to about $1,000 if 5,000 were the peak, at least, or at the most $1,000. It should go down to like $750 or $800, according to history. So if that's the case, why would people be buying up layer 2s right now? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, especially the whales. We're not talking about, retail interest buying the top. We're talking about one of the most successful wallets in the whole Ethereum network. But yeah, speaking of the Uniswap, all Uniswap V3 transactions are now going to be on the proof of stake L2 with Polygon here. Also, they had the Opera browser announce an upcoming integration. They have about 80 million monthly users on the Android operating system. Matic is way, way up. Now, Altcoin Daily. I know you get this question a lot. How do I add Polygon to my wallet? Do you think that the Uniswap news is actually going to drive, people to actually, go through the steps to add Polygon to their wallet? Or, is this just going to be, one of those things that sounds good, but no one really takes part in it?
I think, and first off, guys, Merry Christmas. Happy to be here. Altcoin Daily, BitBoy Crypto.
Up any nudes in case we are live.
All right, well,
Easy.
now you're live, so I wouldn't say anything.
Not happening.
Let me double.
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
All right.
No nudes.
You
Hold
say
on.
yeah?
Maybe. We're about to see.
We are maybe live. Maybe that is good enough.
It's always when Aaron's talking. I don't know.
Yeah. So Aaron, those who maybe just got cut off there.
Where's Aaron? I don't see Aaron.
Austin. Golly.
He knows,
It's
dude.
It's at
been
5 o'clock
12
shadow,
months.
man. It's at 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. Aaron with
You're
the
going
hair
too hard
in,
on that 5 o'clock shadow, and you're wearing a hat. Because your hair stands up higher, and you have no facial hair usually. So you've really hooted yourself here. I'm going to blame this on you.
And if anyone wondering at home, what do we talk about when the cameras aren't on? This is it. This is basically what you see. But Altcoin Daily, we're asking, Polygon is, now incorporated into Uniswap V3. Will this actually lead to real scale adoption, or is just kind of sounds good, but no one's really going to do it?
First off, kids, I think this is a sign that Santa may be out delivering presents and he needs a little bit more bandwidth. So scurry to bed, scurry to bed. But second off, I'll be a father someday. But second off, I think that even if it just gets, 5%, a foot in the door, people thinking about using the Polygon network more, people that use Uniswap all the time, which the more you're in the space, the more degen you go, they'll love not having to pay those high fees if it's just a simple switch of the wallet. And I would say that when we're seeing that huge investment from the whale into Polygon, in my opinion, that's just a sign of the overall strength of ETH as a whole. Because in the market in general, we see times of hype and times of speculation or hype and times of consolidation. Right now, not too hypey. We're getting consolidation into the blue chips, into those quality altcoins. And for every investment in Polygon, that's you saying, hey, I believe Ethereum will be the main contender for DApp platform in the future, or one of them, or the leader in that handful, as opposed to an investment in a Cardano or Solana. That's your little hedge. You're betting, okay, even if it's not Ethereum, I think these guys have a monster team behind them. They'll do well. Polygon has made it very clear, the team, the CEO, that they believe ETH will be the main player and Polygon's there to support. So I think, in times of consolidation, we're just seeing, people find refuge in these more quality blue chip cryptos.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. A vote for Polygon is definitely a vote for ETH. All right, well, let's do the last question on this. Jayson, you're the TA extraordinaire, the farmer extraordinaire, and you can really, water those chickens. You really do a good job with that. I'm going to try to segue off of that before this turns dark. But what is the next resistance looking like for Matic? We're at all-time highs. I'm looking at the chart right here. Maybe we could show it just for a quick second. Looking at the 1 year, we had that really good run-up in May. This looks like it was around May 17th. And then, we're kind of entering this price discovery mode. What is looking like as far as resistance goes? What levels are you looking at?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely out there planting the bitcorn, watering the bitcorn. It's a little bit cold in the winter. They need a little bit more care. But, if we take a look at, man.
Oh, I thought you saw some bad Fibonacci levels there for a second.
Well, I thought I was going to be able to share my chart, but it looks like I can't. But
we'll take your word for it. I don't think you're lying to us.
Yeah, the next major resistance we are in price discovery mode. So the main thing we can do right now is rely on fib extension levels. And even though we're in price discovery mode, Matic has been trading just so technically right now. We rejected perfectly off a one-to-one extension, bounced off a golden pocket, ribbon 5 on market Cipher A. And the next major resistance is actually going to be $2.93.27 at the 1.618 fib extension. So mark that level on your chart, y'all, because we might wick off from it a little bit before we blast through it.
Okay, and with the fib extension and the psychological barrier of $3, and right there, $2.93, heavy resistance. So just something to keep in mind. Now, I think everybody on this panel is long-term bullish on Matic, but if you are trading, this is just something to keep in mind. Well, let's talk about some Uniswap. If we're going to talk about prices here, we have, Uniswap not so much celebrating this news like the other coins are, like Matic or ETH, near all-time high. I'll look at the yearly chart right here, and it's a lot different looking. We had an all-time high with Uniswap right around $43. I think it was actually 44. And right now, you see the little bit of happiness, Uniswap, you mean I could trade coins and not, lose, a percentage of my investment here just right off the rip? So we're seeing a little bit of a bounce, but, it doesn't look as good as the Matic chart, that's for sure. So they had this huge announcement. It's up 15% on the daily. When I was writing this right now, it's, 14%. So it's up about 15%. It peaked in early May, but it's down 60%. So Gareth, is this looking like, accumulation for you, or is this, maybe just bouncing off the news? What are the technicals saying?
Yeah, so just looking at the technicals here, what you like to see is that the chart has actually held this key low here. So if you draw a trend line right across, that's really your make or break level. So as long as it holds, that's significant support, and it could go a lot higher. I would think it's at least going back to 20 in the near term. Hard to know past that point. You see all this kind of choppy consolidation in here, which is going to be resistance. But I would say the $20 level is a good bet. So another couple dollars on it for sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm liking it. And when you see that little support on the bottom, it is looking pretty strong. So I am liking what I'm seeing. Now, Altcoin Daily, let's assume it's your favorite decentralized exchange. Let's just say you love Uniswap more than all the others. Would you say it's your favorite exchange, period, or does that belong to a centralized exchange?
For me personally, I think when ETH fees are super high, that's the time you want to trend towards those centralized exchanges because they absorb the fees themselves. When fees are low, then Uniswap is the way to be because the coins are listed there first.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So just depends, basically. You're wishy-washy, is kind of what my exes would say about me. You can't commit. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, you are still in love with this broad.
Maybe it was a different one. That was a different one I'm talking about. All right. Well, if ETH 2, I'm going to keep it on your altcoin. If ETH 2.0 does lower the gas fees, does that make, with the ETH 2.0 supposed to be in January, if not, maybe Q1, if that does happen, does that make Uniswap a better, option for you?
Yes. And generally for me, it's like you have to ask yourself, do you think the world is trending like more people are going to jump on decentralized exchanges or less? Like obviously the answer, I think we're all believers that the world is trending towards more digital, more decentralized, and DEXs in general just became a thing for the popular. They just became popular, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. Like in 2017, we didn't have a DEX option. That's what was talked about. Yeah. Like, oh, what can the government shut down? Oh, they can shut down the exchanges. Well, DEXs were just, a thought at that point. And now they're just, they're doing more volume than Coinbase, sometimes Uniswap. So if ETH goes to ETH 2, hell yeah, that's going to help every single DEX that has already, got the people. They've already, have the daily transaction levels and people using the platform. So super bullish for Uniswap. And, the longer though ETH 2 takes to implement, that's the better opportunity for the pancake swaps, those other DEXs.
Yeah, no, I was actually in crypto for a year or two before I ever used a decentralized exchange. Trust me, I felt the pain when I didn't get the Uni airdrop. So, decentralized, for me at least, is the way to go. But you're right, when the gas fees are high, I'm using KuCoin to swap coins around stuff. Well, Ben, can a decentralized exchange like Uniswap keep up with these centralized exchanges? So Uniswap can't buy the naming rights for the Miami Heat arena. Uniswap can't buy a Super Bowl ad, like a FTX or, these other companies can. So with that, I don't want to say it's a handicap, but, with this unfair advantage of the centralized exchanges able to advertise very heavily, can the decentralized exchanges keep up in this new world where they are buying, the insane naming rights, whether it's an esports team, an arena, or, I think there's going to be 2 Super Bowl ads this year.
Well, why could they not? It isn't Uniswap Labs behind them, and don't they have centralized pools of money that they make fees on? I guess
that is a good point. I guess it would be the voting of a DAO versus the voting of or some
Well, I mean, the Uniswap Labs is not a DAO. I do not believe. I believe Uniswap Labs is completely centralized. I believe that's why they're being investigated by the SEC. So I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe you might be right. Maybe they are trying to transition to a DAO. I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that you're right. They certainly don't have almost $1 billion to spend on like naming the Staples Center. That deal was insane. Was it $700 million?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Saying that out loud. When the article's not in front of me, like saying that out loud, it sounds wrong. It's so much money, especially considering that the FTX Arena one was, a fifth that price. So, no, I don't think they're at a disadvantage because, the more savvy crypto user is going to transition into these centralized exchanges over time. Because they're just cheaper outside of the insane gas fee. They're meant to be cheaper, and the selection is much wider, right? What's the number one thing people want in crypto that we don't have? Does anybody have any idea what it is?
Girlfriends.
Girlfriends, right. Well, that's just you, Austin. Your brother does have one.
Yeah, that's true.
Not Lambos, not more crypto. I don't know.
The number one request I hear from people that are new to crypto that they want crypto to have that it doesn't have is an exchange that has all the coins. Right? They're
That's
like,
true. Dang it.
wait. No. Where can I go to buy all the coins? Like, no, it doesn't exist. The closest thing we have is are the decentralized exchanges because they have the widest selection of coins, based on chain. Once we get things that are more interoperable in the future, we could actually have a decentralized exchange that is able to purchase any coin out there in crypto that has any level of liquidity. So, I don't think they're at a huge disadvantage. It's just, it's like comparing apples to oranges. I mean, it's like comparing, it, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like comparing college football to NFL. You got some people that are just going to like one more than the other. And, some people they're going to, if they went to a good college, they might just stick with that team, may not, like any NFL teams. Somebody that comes into crypto, they may get Coinbase and decide, I just don't want to grow anymore past this. This is what I want to use. Some people are going to go further. Some people are going to use both. So, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily, disadvantage from marketing.
Yeah, and on the Uniswap Labs, now I'm thinking about it, it's actually, they kind of play both sides, right? They do have a DAO that they allow people to have the governance tokens and they can vote on it. For instance, that's how Matic got on the exchange. I think there's also something else with the airdrop, and I think they voted down something not that long ago. But then there also is the Uniswap Labs where, that would be an interesting idea to see what do they allow to people vote on, and then what do they keep internal. Yeah. Is there a process for that that's transparent? Is it all behind closed doors? So I don't know. Maybe we have to get a Nick.
Well, this is the kind of thing.
Sleuth that out.
This is the kind of thing that like Jack Dorsey was talking about. Which is, and look, I certainly don't like Jack Dorsey. Worth a flip. I mean, I think he's absolute scum. But outside of that, he is correct. With a lot of his criticisms towards Web3 and a lot of his criticisms towards decentralization. But we're also kind of in a time where things are becoming more decentralized. But, that's why the SEC is investigating Uniswap to begin with, because of the centralization in the beginning of the project. But it's meant to, over time, transition to being fully decentralized, probably with a DAO one day. So you got to give things time,
And I see people in the chat bringing up Link. I know there's a meme that I can only afford for Link. They're asking about the pillow. It's still there. Calm down. It's not a hidden message. We're not a Beatles album that you play backwards while on a hallucinogenic. This is like, that wasn't planned or anything. Like, I know you wanted to be planned, or maybe it is. I'm trying to take you off the trail. I don't know. But what I do know, we're about to go to this next topic here. Shib goes for the meme supreme. That's right. We're talking about whether fortunately or unfortunately, one of the most popular cryptos in existence. It's the one that we're probably going to hear about at Christmas dinner. Like, yeah, no, I don't care about Polkadot. I don't care about Solana, Matic. What about this Shib? Tell me more about this Shib. So, I hope everyone's ready for that, because that's probably what's going to happen. And it's maintaining, we're talking about those whale wallets. I actually saw some data on Shib. Shib is their number 2 coin after Ethereum, of course. So number 1 is Ethereum. The number, after that, we have FTX. Of the top 1,000 ETH wallets, we're talking about the biggest whales in the entire galaxy. Number 1 coin, of course, Ethereum. Number 2 coin, FTX. Number 3 is Shib, which to me, I was very surprised about that. But they actually, it's in over 1 million wallets right now. It's a very, very popular crypto. But I wanted to ask someone this. This isn't really a technical, question, Jayson. This is kind of more of a human psychology thing. But you've been in crypto for a while. What do you think came first? Was it the ETH whales decided to buy Shib? Or do you think these OG Shib holders actually just kind of became these ETH whales because their token just exploded in price and they were able to take profit?
That's interesting. It's hard to say. I would say it's probably a combination of both, honestly. Probably a lot of OG Shib holders found themselves becoming ETH whales. And I would say that it's probably about 50-50. Again, this is just me estimating, right?
No. I want you to pretend there's, there's something next to your head. You must answer correctly. No, I do have a question. Since you are, a trader here, trader first and foremost, do you like trading meme tokens more than a regular token because of the volatility?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, 100%. I love Shib, man. I know people call it Shib. I call it Shib. All right. I love that Shib. I have not ever in my life made more money faster than trading Shib on leverage. And I absolutely love it. I longed it, I shorted it, and I'm longing it again right now, man. It's awesome. Just give me those meme coins, man.
All right, so this is long territory for you. All right, well, Gareth, it is down about 70% from its all-time high.
We've got some uneven butt cheeks on Market Cipher B right now.
You know, people in the chat always say, ask about the uneven butt cheeks, and now it's going to be 10 times worse. So thank you for that. Now, Gareth, like I said, it's down. It's actually 67%. It's down right now. You know, it looks like it does, you know, kind of maybe want to coil back upwards. Is this looking like an accumulation zone for you since this is such a volatile asset?
Yeah, I mean, in the short term, it certainly does look like that. So if we just take a look at the chart here, what I love is that you can see, again, just like that other chart we were looking at Uni, it kind of came down to this major support area right in here, and it held here, and it held here again. This time you're getting that same bounce up. So I would say as long as it holds this trend line, it's a long off of here. Again, how high is it going to go? You're going to have some resistance. Looks like right in this range right here, which will be some resistance. If it gets through that, though, you could easily see a move back up here. But bottom line is, if you want to just do it as a trader, just keep your stop right at this line here. As long as it stays above that line, you got lots of upside with limited downside potential right there.
Wait a minute. You can have a trade with a stop on it. I thought it stopped when you got liquidated. What do you mean by stop?
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, in all fairness, with crypto, you got to keep your stops wide. I don't necessarily advise putting them out in the open market because you can get taken in a second. But you just, in a mental capacity, you have to know, okay, if it starts trading below this level, I should probably reconsider my thesis.
Okay, yeah, good advice. Definitely, you don't want to lose all your stack. You know, and if you are leverage trading, don't do your whole stack. That's all we ask. Just don't do your whole stack. Put that stop loss like 1% above liquidation. If you're just truly forced to degen, it's just in your blood, you can't get rid of it, at least do 1% above liquidation there. What's that 1% going to do? I'll tell you what it can do. Save you 10-20% of your stack there. So dealing with Shib, though, they also burn the token. There's a huge meme movement to get the tokens to be burnt. The big whales, you know, they're burning little percentages like, oh, I'll burn 5% if you burn 5%. You know, it's kind of on a trust system. But this is crypto, so we can actually see on the blockchain what is happening. Right now, it's about in the last 24 hours. This was, 3 hours old. So the last 27 hours, at least 700 million Shib tokens have been sent to the null address, effectively burned, effectively gone forever. Now, Altcoin Daily, do you think the burning is more of a hype and an advertising feature, or is this making strong tokenomics?
I would say it's an advertising feature. In my opinion, I think this is bull market vibes. And by the way, that's what we love. In my opinion, the main use case of a meme token is the trade. Buy low, sell high. We've seen it over and over with Doge. And I fully understand the Shib community will say, oh, we have DeFi aspects of this. We have other utilities for our meme coin. It's not just a currency. And I would say, nobody cares. At least in my opinion, if I'm going to use a decentralized exchange or borrowing and lending, I'm going to use a protocol I feel safer with. But for that trade, I think this is those Shib whales who, let's just say, I'm making up these numbers, they bought 1 million Shiba Inus and they're burning 100,000 as a signal to the rest of the community. Boys, we aren't done yet. We're still going. This still has value and the trade's still there. That's my opinion. I'm not a Shib holder, but I encourage the Shib community to give me your thoughts down below.
And if you like those meme tokens, you know what? Let me know in the comments. Do you like Shib or do you like Doge more? That's right. There are two. You know, there is the other elephant in the room. There's the Doge. You know, we can't forget about Doge. Can't really talk about meme tokens without bringing that up. Now, Ben, is there room for both to succeed? I don't mean to exist. Of course, they could both exist. But is there room for both to succeed where, you know, they might have crazy years where they're having, you know, they can both have a 10x or a 20x?
Well, first of all, I would like to address the uneven butt cheeks. I think if they're uneven, that would make them odd butt cheeks.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. All right. Good. That's good. You know what? The math teachers watching across the country are loving it right now.
Yeah, they sure are. Listen, I had the worst math teacher in the 6th grade. Her name was Miss Brown. Miss Brown, I still hate you all these years later.
He brings her up every other day.
Audrey, no, that's Miss Smithyman, who said I was a circus clown. But Miss Brown, she was my 6th grade pre-algebra teacher at Autry Middle School in Kennesaw, Georgia, I think, technically. So you are the worst teacher I ever had in the history of my life. I want to shout that out. She had no redeeming qualities. So listen, here's the thing. Yeah, I hope someone shows this to her because you know she said I was going to always be a loser. Well, joke's on you. You didn't do the right math. Listen. So here's the thing. There's no such thing as success for Shiba or Dogecoin. I don't believe. I don't think that's a real thing. Is there success in speculation? Is there success in price movement? Is there success in people making money? And yeah. But like, what really is success for these coins? You're not going to be using either one, believe it or not. I know this is crazy, to buy a cup of coffee. Every crypto person's favorite thing to do with crypto, hypothetically, buy a future cup of coffee with Dogecoin or Shib. Nobody's going to be doing that. So somebody's asking me about it. I get asked about Shib and Dogecoin almost every day in my real life. Just people from the gym or people. I ran into a guy at Cabela's here a little bit ago. They want to know about Dogecoin. They want to know about Shiba. And they're just not long-term winners. They're not things you should be investing in. Let me just say it like this. They're not things you should be investing in, period. You can gamble with them. If you want to gamble, you can gamble on something that has absolutely no use case. You might as well be putting money on a roulette wheel because the end result of the number on a roulette wheel has as much value as either one of these coins. Dogecoin's in a real troubling spot. I know we like Matt Wallace. There are some people we know that like Dogecoin that we like. But here's the problem with Dogecoin, okay? Elon's ability to pump Dogecoin with tweets gets weaker and weaker and weaker with every tweet. And when that is your entire value proposition, you got nowhere to go but down.
All right. Chat is definitely liking the word gamble. We're saying gambling is absolutely correct there. Now, Jayson, would you rather trade Shib or Doge?
I've been watching this dogfight for a while, DZ, and I have to be honest with you.
That's good, man. That's good. Dang it.
It's a vicious dogfight. It really is. I've been watching it for a while. Right now, I prefer to trade Shib because the volatility is out of control right now. Doge, it's pumping right now. It's pumping, right? But not compared to the percentage gain is nothing compared to what Shib has just done in the past few days. So right now, I'd have to say I'm more of I'm on the Shib train, man.
All right. Now, Gareth, you have more of a traditional investor as your base here, right? The people that follow you, you're doing Tesla calls. People actually betting a real amount of money here. Now, do you get any interest from the average retail investor? I don't want to say the older people, but I think it's fair to say the people who go to end of the money stocks, maybe leaning towards traditional investing. And with that, they're probably investing in stocks in the 90s and maybe even 80s. So by definition, we're not talking about, people 20 years old or teenagers here. Do you see any retail investment or interest from these older people in Doge or Shiba?
Not a whole lot. I think there is the beginning. You're starting to see a little interest in Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that because they're getting talked about on a more of a CNBC level where they're doing a lot of stock investment stuff. But there's definitely this kind of cautious tone taken with a lot of the older investors out there that have significant amounts of money, just because they're already having trouble understanding the blockchain and cryptocurrencies as a whole. And then you throw out this whole meme chain and you tell them, oh well, it was created as a joke, and they're trying to figure out, okay, well, where's my fundamentals? Where's my earnings per share? And all this stuff. And it just really goes above and beyond. So I agree with Ben. I think, as a trade, yes, in and out, use them, make money like that, but really look to some of the stronger coins for the longer term.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. I guess once you have 8 figures to invest and you say, yeah, this was made as a joke, want to invest money. I guess that's not a good value proposition for them. But that is all we got time for today. I thought Altcoin Daily was going to get it there at the end, but then Ben on his Doge rant stole it from everybody. I guess, the ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I guess Santa's on top today, but go ahead. He wants to steal it.
You can, yes, Austin, you may make a point-free statement right now.
That's all I want.
My hands are tied, though.
I want to say ho, ho, ho. But enough about DZ. No, seriously. I just want to say thank you. The year's coming to an end. I really want to thank the Around the Blockchain crew and BitBoy, because whenever I talk to people in real life, they always bring up Around the Blockchain as one of their favorite shows that they like because you hear different opinions. So I appreciate your guys' generosity. Looking forward to a great 2022.
Yeah, great stuff. He kind of did a last word there without having a last word, but we'll allow it. We'll allow it because we like Altcoin
I just wanted to
Daily
make the joke. That whole ending was just so I can make that ho 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 joke.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I think Ben can say the same. So Ben, go ahead. You won your own show. You got 30 seconds. Leave us with some parting thoughts here, man.
This is all that I wanted for Christmas was to win my own show. But I said it this morning, and I'll say it again. You guys remember the reason for the season. This is about more than just giving presents and more than about just Santa and things like that. So it's time to be together with your family and think about the things that are really important. And, you know, if you dread going to see your family, then maybe that's something I'd work on. I love seeing mine. Hope you guys love seeing your families during Christmas.
All right. You know what? That's a pretty good point there. And make sure, you know, in the spirit of give it, check out all the channels. Gareth Soloway, In the Money Stocks, Altcoin Daily, Jayson Casper. They all have really, really good channels. I actually do like all three of them. So definitely check that out. I implore you, make your family watch it over Christmas. So that's all we got time for today, BitSquad. DZ out.